Hey everybody, hey YouTube subscribers and Facebook friends, group members, and anyone who's interested in learning guitar through Andy's free guitar charts videos. This is the place to learn guitar charts because I can explain them, and you know, a picture says 1,000 words, but we need a few words to explain these things because 1,000 words is too hard to understand. So I've got the little graphic here. I like to make a little graphic. I'm working on that just, you know, for the fun of it. Hopefully I could maybe put that to use somehow with musical graphics or something like that. But so this is chart 216, and the lesson today is chart 217, which is an improvement of chart 216. So let's get started on it. What we're looking at here is we have the patterns down below here in the back of the boat here. We have the various patterns that are in P4 tuning that we'll be working with. Some of these patterns are 6 strings high now, so that they will be forming chord shapes on the top, and on the bottom we should be able to recognize some standard chord shapes that are formed in the bottom 4 strings. So if you look at a G, it would be like that. It would be the bottom 4 strings there. I can't really get that chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you know, you all know, I'm having trouble with G chords in my wrist, but that didn't hurt. It's just that I'm always trying to do something I'm not really prepared to do. So, what we are prepared to do is discuss the chart format. We have the 3 circles. We'll look at them. The magic circle is important because we're going to be going 1, 4, 5, and on the magic circle we're going to be taking the same pattern up 1 string to the 4th and the same pattern down 1 string to the 5th, and we're going to see how the shapes change on top as a result of doing that. So you'll see these patterns right here. We'll see that they're going to form chords. Here they don't form chords. If you see a 6-string stack of strings here, and you see the 6 is not straight over itself like the top string isn't the same, that means it's all P4 tuning. It's just a pattern. The reason why we don't put the pattern to where it would be played on the fretboard is because we don't know how it's going to be played. Of course, the 6-string pattern is nice if you can start on the bottom string, but you may start the 2nd string on, you may start the 6-string pattern on the 2nd string. So let's say this is the pattern as it starts on the bottom string. Now we have to warp up, and we can see that becomes a G shape up there. Happens to be a G shape up there, okay? But if we start the pattern from the 2nd string, it's going to play differently. Now it's a C pattern, and according to the magic circle, when you go up 1 string from a G pattern, okay, it becomes a C pattern like that. Now that didn't happen on the bottom, but it did. Really the bottom was the caged shape that comes before the shape it became. So that would go up, that would go caged backwards. So when we go to the left, it goes caged backwards. So if you have a G here, a G scale here, the next cage to the right, rather, not to the left, to the right goes up 1 in a pentatonic scale. Okay, so a G shape goes up to an A shape. Okay, so the bottom is defined. It's in an area, it's in a cage, it's in the A cage there, but because we're dealing with the extra long patterns now, the new extra long patterns here, right? Extra long patterns and techniques. The technique I'm talking about here is simply take this first pattern, we move it up one string, and let's look at chart 217 for this. So we're going to advance in charts here. Oh wow, look, that 3D, that's nice. Look at that shark and everything and the buried treasure. Great. Alright, so we're going to use this chart and we're going to be looking at this, and let's just introduce the chart here. 217 pentatonic fretboard, C, E, A, D, G. Those are long pattern fourths. So the fourth of C is that diminished E, diminished fourth of C is E, the fourth of E is A, the fourth of A is D, and the fourth of D is G. That would be what the patterns are shown up here on the top. C, E, A, D, and G. These are the long patterns down here. Up here I have a totally pentatonic fretboard. So in case we want to look at the pentatonic fretboard and just get an overview of it, you can see all of it going on. You can see all the different positions. Here's C pentatonic, here's A pentatonic, here's G pentatonic, here's E pentatonic. Short. These are all short patterns. And here's D pentatonic here, 3, 5, 6 root to the root shape D. Okay, the E pentatonic has a root shape second inversion right there. All right, you can see it all happening. That's why I made this fretboard here for reference when we want to look and see where we're at on the map. It's like zooming out, you know. And we have the long patterns too that we can look at, but we're going to look at them more closely. So what we're talking about down here, this has a little more information. Okay, so if I take this first pattern here, and this is a S6D pattern, it's an extra long pattern because we have the root 2, 3. But we're going to start on the D string shape. Okay, so remember the string shapes are, you know, C, A, G, E, D. They all have their own string shapes. Starting from the C string shape would be 3, 4, 5. A string shape, the bottom string of that A cage, 5, 6. The bottom string of the G cage is 6, 7 root. Okay, that's your G cage right there. Bottom string of your E cage is 7 root 2. Here's your 7, your E shape, and then the bottom string of, I'll take it down an octave here, so we go up and then down an octave. The bottom string of the D cage is 2, 3, 4. So those are what the string shapes are. So we have a D, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom there, and then we go into this pattern. So let's say that's what we're going to play, just a D shape and C, and we're going to do it pentatonic. So the notes that are blackened with numbers are the 4th and the 7th. We're not going to play that. There's a reason why we're not going to play those. Because when we get to doing the 4th and the 5th, we're going to want to play pentatonic. So in the root, with the root, you can play diatonic or pentatonic, or just chords. Okay, but in the 4th and the 5th, in that mode, unless you're playing like partial diatonics, where you get into the actual modes, where you're going to play a Lydian 4th, you're playing essentially the root scale starting from the 4th. A Mixolydian 5th is the root scale starting from the 5th. The Lydian 4th. Okay, the Phrygian 3rd. The Dorian 2nd. And the Ionian. Okay. Oh yeah, the second, the half diminished. And let's not forget Aeolian. So